Hey guys, it's Doc. It's the holiday weekend. It's hurricane weekend. Hurricanes moving up the coast. Who knows what we're going to get. But today we're going to talk about Bermuda scalping, scarring, and diagonal cutting. Hold on one sec. Okay, most people know what Bermuda scalping is. We do it in the spring. We have that fuzzy brown grass. Green grass is coming up. We need to take off all that brown so we can have short green grass. Otherwise we can't see the green. So we cut off all the brown and let the green come up. But when you come off the summertime, a lot of times you have long grass and you have to do a hard cut. I don't consider that a scalp. I consider that a hard cut. You start to run into issues of what I call scarring. Not necessarily scalping, but scarring. I'm going to show you that today. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I want to put up a picture, or I want to put up some video of I did a late summer scalp, which you should not do. Don't do that. Let me put that up. I told you in that video that I would come out here in 7 days, exactly 7 days after, and show you what it looked like. Well, here's the deal. I've actually cut it twice since then. And what I'm doing is I'm cutting it low, keep cutting it low, cutting it low, cutting it low, cutting it low to get my scar and to get all the places to sort of even up. Okay, so one thing you'll notice is it doesn't even really look like I'm cutting a lot of grass, and that's true. So all I'm doing is I'm taking maybe 1/4 of an inch off, but I'm doing that every 48 hours on this lawn to get the scarring hard cut marks, to let it catch up to the longer marks without the longer marks growing way ahead. Make sense? So let me show you. So that's what I'm taking off. I'm just taking off that little bit of grass right there. That's all I'm taking off. So what is scarring? What is scarring versus scalping? I call scarring when you intentionally are hard cutting your lawn, and because it's uneven, I'm going to show you some diagrams in a minute, because it's uneven, you can sometimes get these long scars on your yard. And let me give you an example. Now some of these are healing up, but I've got some great footage from the other day. Maybe I'll put up that footage and show you. It's kind of hard in the sunshine, but there's a scar healing up. Here's a scar healing up right here. See that? And what ends up happening is all the grass around this has chlorophyll exposed, so it can grow really quick. But the scar, much like a scalp, has to regenerate from the roots up, so it's going to grow a little bit slower. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to keep this area down to close to this area so that it can all catch up. And just so you know, I got a bad valve today. But the scarring just takes twice as long to grow in because, again, there's no chlorophyll, there's no green catching that sunlight and producing that growth energy. And that's where what I always do is after I scalp or do a hard cut, I throw down PGF Complete and sort of push it a bit. Let's go see how Jarrett's doing real quick. Last week I said, oh no, here we go again. I got another. This is an old system, so pretty soon here, maybe after 1 or 2 more trips, we'll have all the valves replaced. So we had to dig this entire trench out here, tracing this valve here. But I wanted to show you one quick tip. And this ties into this because if you don't do this properly, you're going to have dips in your lawn where you're going to have scars when you're cutting. But I take sand, and you can use fine potting soil or something like that. Just mix it up. And that just allows you to really level that off really well. Otherwise, because I had this flood situation, see that bucket of mud? That's what I'd be putting in, and it'd be really hard to get this leveled out. So that's just a little tip. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put up some old video from 7 days ago, and I'm going to show you what my lawn looked like after I scalped it. All right, so what's funny about this is a lot of times you think that the high points are going to be the scalps and going to be the scars, but often it's the low points if you're cutting it in a different pattern than normal. So a lot of times those low points have a lot of grass inside of them, and so when you actually do bring them down, they actually get real brown. So I found that it's sort of 50-50. Sometimes it's the high points and sometimes it's the low points. But a lot of those low points, if your mower dips down into it while you're doing a scalp or a hard cut, you're really going to cut down, and there's a lot of brown grass. And let me give you one example over here. Okay, in my last video, I showed you a pole over here on the world's worst Bermuda lawn that because the guy was injured, he wasn't trimming around the pole. And I want to show you this real quick. So here's a perfect example of that Bermuda grass was like 12 inches tall. And look at it now. So all the surrounding Bermuda on that is green, but where that got really tall, there's brown stalks underneath it, and look at it, it's solid brown. Must have been sleeping over there. Yep. Big stretch. Oh, big stretch. Crazy. Now, unfortunately, there's dew on the grass, so it's a little bit harder to see. It's pretty amazing right there. I mean, really, really amazing. Now again, I've done 2 diagonal cuts on this lawn with my reel mower, and I'll talk about that in a bit. All right, so one thing we have to understand about Bermuda grass is Bermuda grass has a portion of the top that's green, and then the rest of it is a brown stalk. You've got to understand that to understand what's going on here, because I'm about to show you something really ugly back here. I'm going to show you some scarring that happens in my backyard after a hard cut. But anytime you take it down too much, you're going to have that brown, and that's why we like to get everything down short so that we have more green growing up. So let me show you real quick. So here's a perfect example of scarring, and it's ugly. So I did a real hard cut back here, and you can see this scarring. Now, the green parts of this scarring are going to grow up faster than the other parts again, because it has chlorophyll, it's able to produce its own food, it's got energy, where the scarring, while there's lots of Bermuda in here coming up, it's got to come up from way down here usually. It has to regrow and thicken up. Okay, so let's take a minute to look at this uneven issue that causes this scarring, as I call it. We all would love to have this, a perfectly level lawn. Wouldn't that be wonderful? But we don't. Most of us end up having something like this, with rut marks, divots, whatever you want to call them. It just makes it tough to cut a lawn. What ends up happening, because there's brown and green on the actual stalk of Bermuda, when you cut it, you end up having this. You end up having these dark green and light brown strips. The temptation for this is to not cut anymore, but I'm telling you, what you need to do is raise your mower up just a little bit and cut more often. When you cut more often, the brown and the green will even out. Now, there is one other situation, and I'll call this either a hump or a knoll. Now, this situation, I almost call this a scalp. It's really not a scarring, because what happens is the scalp wheels on our mower actually ride on either side of the hump. So as we're traveling over a hump, the front scalp wheel and back scalp wheel don't protect it, and the blades can cut it. And what ends up happening? We end up scalping that hump. Now, I would call that a scalp rather than a scar. All right, so here's the really important point to understand with this video. If you do a scalp or if you do a hard cut, resist the urge to let the grass get really tall again. What I want you to do is, if you scalp down to 1/2 inch, set your mower at 1 inch and keep cutting at 1 inch, keep cutting at 1 inch, don't stop. You may just be cutting the green areas, but you want the brown areas to catch back up. Same thing if you do a hard cut. So if you do a hard cut at 3/4 or 1 inch, bring it up 1/4 to 1/2 inch, but keep cutting that and cut it often. Keep cutting it, keep cutting it, keep cutting it. And eventually that whole lawn will fill in, and it'll be that nice shade of green without the grass overgrowing and you having those yellow and scalp marks again. That's the point I want to make here. I want you to understand that once you do a hard cut or a little bit of a scalp, keep cutting, keep cutting, keep cutting at that height and cut more often. By the way, a quick note, some people keep asking, hey Doc, did you give away the reel mower? Yeah, we gave it away a while back. Just got to follow instructions. We've got more giveaways coming. I'm giving away PGF Complete, We're giving away lawn spreader. We're doing giveaways. All you got to do is go over to the website and sign up for the email alerts. And the email alerts simply tell you when I send out an email. That's all it does. We don't use it for marketing or anything. So go over to the website, look for the email. Matter of fact, go to the description below. In the description below on that page, I'll put the sign up form. You can sign up. That's all you got to do forever. So I just finished that. Man, that looks good. So there we are. We're 7 days after a scalp. PGF complete, a little bit of rain, and I just finished the 3rd cut. That's kind of cool looking. What do we got going over here, Doc? Well, I finally got in some of the, we'll call it the prototype for the 2020, the new product that's coming out 2020 that we're developing, which is going to be, by the way, an amazing product for lawn care, for gardening, for everything. So it's all natural. It's a pretty cool product. We'll probably announce that sometime, and I would guess in January we'll announce it. But doing some initial testing out here. And so the orange flags go back up. But this is an area that was hard cut, and you can see that there are definitely, it's not really scars from high points or from wheels dipping in. It's because we took it down to a very low cut, and the mower was riding along and scarring, we'll call it, scarring some of this ground in here. But it's good because I kind of wanted some of these scar areas in here for this testing zone. But you can see, like over here, we have some real bad scarring. It's ugly. And like I said, the temptation is to just, well, I'm not going to cut, I'm going to leave it. But what you need to do, again, if you do a hard cut down to 3/4 or an inch, bring your mower back up to about 1/4 to 1/2 inch above that, and just keep cutting and keep cutting and keep cutting, and deal with a little bit of brown for a while. And within, usually, if you've got PGF complete down, usually within 7 to 10 days, it'll come right back up and fill back in.
Now this is kind of our goal right here. Nice shorter length Bermuda grass. That's all pretty and green. That's what we're trying to get to.
And one final note, do not do this like late September or into October. You don't want to do any kind of scalping or hard cutting that late when the temperatures start to drop, because what's going to happen? The overall energy in your Bermuda lawn is going to slowly taper down. Right now, I'm still in the 90s. Matter of fact, my son came over today, and we all went swimming in the swimming pool. And I mean, it's hot as heck out here. So this is a fine time to do it. We're still in the 90s. We're touching the 90s, mid to high 80s, 90s. It's fine to do it now, but as soon as you drop down and constantly in those 80s, touching 70s for highs, it's too late. Just leave your lawn alone. Sign up for the email alerts so you can win something. It's fun. Talk to you later. Dot.